Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Davidson, the Sexual Integrity Coach. Welcome to another episode of Adult Sex Education. I recently had a request from a viewer who asked how to handle shame related to hiring a sex worker for services such as erotic massage or other types of sex work. Before I delve into this, let me thank those of you who have subscribed to this channel. When you subscribe, it helps me reach more people. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Also, I would love for other subscribers to reach out with questions about topics you would like for me to cover related to sexuality and relationships. Lately, I've been letting viewers guide the direction of my channel by responding to your questions and requests for me to address specific topics. So let's discuss shame about hiring a sex worker. The title sex worker encompasses a variety of roles and activities pertaining to sex for which someone might be compensated. This includes erotic massage, stripping, acting in porn videos, and prostitution. Not all sex work is illegal, but prostitution as a kind of sex work is. Many people prefer the title sex work over prostitution because it doesn't carry the negative stigma associated with criminal activity or images of street prostitution. Street prostitution actually makes up a very small percentage of sex work. Ironically, I did my dissertation on the psychosocial advantages of decriminalizing prostitution in the U.S. Prostitution is illegal in every state in this country, with the exception of Nevada. Even there, it is only legal in a few counties and must be provided according to strict regulations. In countries where prostitution is legal, there have been measurable social benefits. Those benefits include a decrease in sex trafficking, a decrease in sexually transmitted infections, and improved community safety. Prostitution has been called the world's oldest profession because there is always a demand for it in every culture around the world and throughout world history. Where it is legal and regulated, demands for illegal sex services decrease. We Americans are uptight on the subject of sex. It does not fit well into our puritanical Christian culture. We like to pretend that sex is unnatural and unnecessary. We have a long history of regulating each other's bodies and behavior, which contributes to our shame about our innate drives and desires. Yet, even our clergy and politicians can't seem to live by the standard they are holding everyone else to. It seems many of them also support sex work, but just not publicly. There are a lot of myths about sex workers and those who use their services. One myth is that people who pay for sex can't get it elsewhere. Often those who pay do so because they like the convenience of getting what they want when and how they want it. They're looking for something specific, and they don't want to waste time or money in a dating or hookup game with people who don't deliver. Paying for the personal services of a sex worker is straightforward and efficient. To them, it's like paying for any other personal service, such as a fitness trainer, a housekeeper, etc. Both men and women choose sex work as a career because there are some benefits if you have an average or high-end clientele. You set your own hours. You set your own rate. You can be your own boss. You don't have to do anything that you don't consent to. There are opportunities for travel. You can establish a regular and core clientele, thereby building trusting relationships. The pay is better than many entry-level positions for college graduates, and you never have to pay taxes on the income unless you live in one of the few counties in Nevada where prostitution is legal. Some sex workers have other full-time jobs and choose sex work because it is a lucrative and easy part-time tax-free gig. Sex workers often identify benefits of their services other than sex. They recognize they provide a service that meets physical, emotional, and some would even suggest spiritual needs the client might not get elsewhere in their life. Some sex workers function as sex surrogates, helping their clients overcome sexual anxiety or body dysmorphia. There have been times in world history when sex workers were revered as healers and had great status in their community. Some have suggested that any sexual activity with another person is transactional, even if money never crosses your hand. Sex work is a no-strings-attached, direct transaction where both parties agree on the service and the price. The late comedian George Carlin once said, "Sex is legal, selling is legal. Why is selling sex illegal?" Are you not also paying your physician, your chiropractor, your therapist, and even your hairstylist to make you feel better? Wouldn't it make sense to pay for sexual services from someone who is licensed and experienced instead of taking your chances with strangers on hookup apps? We are inclined to feel shame when we engage in activities we think we shouldn't enjoy. Our culture conditions us to feel shame about our innate drive for sex, our erotic desires, our enjoyment of sexual activity. Sexuality is both demonized and criminalized. Helping clients overcome sexual shame for normal thoughts and behaviors has been the focus of my work. It is what I mean by the term sexual integrity. Let's integrate your sexuality into your life instead of compartmentalizing it or splitting it off in your mind as a source of shame and self-loathing. We are happiest when we can simply be ourselves. Whatever happens between consenting adults should be no one's business but theirs. So we have taken a normal human drive and shamed people for having it, and then we've criminalized it by making it illegal to charge or pay for having that drive met. If we did that with food, another innate drive, there would be no restaurants or grocery stores. We are also a culture that tries to force everyone into a one-size-fits-all relationship so that sexual expression can only occur under specific prescribed circumstances. Well over 40% of the U.S. population identify as single, and most of those people still want to have sex. I coach sexual integrity because I think we all need to get honest with ourselves and everyone else and stop pretending we are able to live within the rigid, puritanical gates created by generations who died a long time ago. Advertisers still use sex to sell us everything except sex. Americans tolerate this hypocrisy by branding it as capitalism. If sex work is ever legal in this country, brothels will be more plentiful than McDonald's, and the taxes generated could fund our Social Security system for years to come. I'm Dr. Stephen Davidson, the Sexual Integrity Coach. If you found this information informative, please click the like button and definitely subscribe if you have not already. Pick up a copy of my books, Sexual Integrity, Finding the Courage to Be Yourself, or Peaceful Mind, Peaceful Life, Your Guidebook to Happiness. You'll find links to them on my website at sexualintegritycoach.com.